Hey guys, it's Spaces Sims, and we are back with more Sympathy Kiss, continuing Nori's route. We were having a picnic. I didn't record yesterday. I felt like shit. I don't feel the best today either. My uterus is trying to kill me, and I think it might succeed this time. Good God, I hate it. Oh, I'm exhausted. I'm crampy. I want to just curl up in a ball, cry, and take a nap. But we power on, motherfuckers, because we got shit to do. Also, I was lazy and didn't do anything yesterday. I took a 30-minute nap on the couch. Instead of recording, I was like, no, I think I'm I'm not gonna do it. I'm so drained and I feel so awful. And then I went, oh, I was planning to take a shower at lunch. So I did do that, though. So I'm not stinky. Honestly, that felt good, though. There was a part of it that was like, I don't want to. I don't want to move from the couch. I don't want to. But I was like, I need to. I forced myself to take a shower. And it did feel good. But, I didn't record yesterday afternoon, and I sat there and I did nothing. And sometimes you just need to do nothing, but I still feel bad about doing nothing. Anyway, so we're back. We were having our nice little picnic lunch. You don't notice that I'm gone when I take like a couple days off. Because I always take the weekend off from recording Atome games. But yesterday was a Thursday. Today's a Friday. I have to work tonight. So it's like, I don't have a lot of time today. And then sometimes I won't do stuff on Fridays. But I'm like, I can't miss like 4 days. Plus I have Monday off. That'd be 5 days. I'm like, will this be like, guys, this is going to be every like once a week we're going to post a game. No, we're good. We're like 2 weeks ahead at this point. We're maintaining that. As long as I maintain that, I'm like, we're in a good place. I can take a day. So, I got you. Don't worry. It's not about, and I just want you to know. It's not like, I don't feel pressured from you guys to post. Like, if something were to happen, I wouldn't post. It'd be okay. I know that. I do this to myself. This is self-imposed insanity. Okay? But we have bird snuggles. The air conditioning is on, so it's not hot as hell. And we're okay. We took a lot of Aleve this morning with our coffee. Not a very weird combination. But it was like, goddamn, it's like a slicing hot knife through my lower regions. No, we're gonna need some drugs for this, so we're doped up. We're good. Anyway. Good lord. Anyway, after we finished our lunch, I heard joyous barking and turned toward the source of the noise. There were children energetically playing with a frisbee with their dog in the field. You're so lively and full of energy. Looks fun. So adorable. Are you a cat person or a dog person? I'm a bird person, so... Listen. It's kind of weird because that's a question. Are you a dog person or a cat person? What about the rest of us people who were neither? Why does it gotta be one of those? I'm a bird person. There are lizard people. There are spider people. Technically, I guess I'm a spider lady. I don't invite them into my house. They just show the fuck up. And Neelix freaked out the other day because he did his bug spotting noise. And I was like, oh God, I'm peeing here. And there's a daddy long legs on the ceiling above the sink in the guest bathroom. And I was like, oh, he's fine. I'm like, whatever. I'm like, that's about the biggest spider I'll let stay in my house. They just got long legs. Besides, little daddy long... I'm not even sure it was a real daddy long legs. But he had very long legs and a very tiny body. But like, he doesn't look like the daddy long legs we had up north. And his legs weren't quite as long. Maybe he was a baby. I don't know. But I'm like, that's fine. Whatever. Those are those ones. Like, we were painting a fence one time outside around our pool when I lived up north with my parents. When I first moved up there in like high school. And like, there was a daddy long legs on the fence. I called him Spot. He had 7 legs and was gold. Swear to God, his little spider body was sparkly gold in the sun. I don't know, he's a magic spider. Didn't bring me any good luck. And, like, he's on the fence, and you're like, ah, Jesus. You're painting the fence, and you're just like, what the fuck? There's a spider in your face. So, but it's like, but they're daddy long legs. You just grab them by the leg. You just fling them across the yard. You keep on going. And then a little while later, you'd be like an hour or so painting the fence down, and then you're like, the fuck are you doing back? And you know it's the same spider because he's sparkly gold, and he only had 7 fucking legs. So you're like, chances of him being a different spider, but, like, apparently I was playing fetch with the spider? Did I tell you the story about how the spiders in my house like to try to hug me? Yeah, apparently I attract them, and I guess I've been doing this my whole life, and I didn't know about it. What the fuck? Oh, God, how many of them try to hug me when I sleep? Oh, good Lord. Oh, good God. My spider powers activated at some point, like, in the last, like, 10 years, and I don't know what happened, but now they're just all over the place. But I'll kill them because they're small and harmless and, like, whatever. Just don't jump in my face. Don't try to hug me and stay in your corner eating the bugs. You know? Like, just don't, like, every once in a while I have to destroy your webs when I vacuum or dust or whatever. But, like, you know, you'll rebuild. It'll be fine. Maybe it's because I don't kill them. So they're like, psst, this lady's cool. I don't know, but there are people who actually like spiders and want them around and have tarantulas as pets and shit. I don't know about that level. There's rabbit people and rodent people. I mean, why is it always got to be cat and dog people? Anyway. Based on your reaction just now, I bet you're a dog person. No? After being asked that, I like, frown. Well, actually, for her, she should be like, yeah, I have a labradoodle and a pupperdoodle. I apparently attract dogs. Men that are dogs. And I don't mean that, oh, they're dogs. I mean, like, literally, they're like labradoodles. So, like, I feel like this is, I mean, seriously, I don't know the right answer. No, she's not apparently a dog person. I'm assuming that we're in the right spot here on the guide. I told him if I had to choose, I like cats more. Nori deflated. Oh, you like cats more? Yeah, which is why it's strange that I adopted you. But valid, because I still would have adopted you in your big puppy eyes, and I'm definitely more of a cat person versus a dog person. If I had to have one or the other, I would have cats, no doubt. Like, I don't know. But, you know, bird. So. Me? It's not that I dislike them, but they don't seem to like me. Besides, didn't you compare me to a dog the other time, Spacey? Huh? Like a puppy. Maybe. So should I shake next? Woof woof! Once he mentioned it, I remembered all the times I thought of him as puppy-like. I think I'm more like a dog than a cat. Yeah, definitely. If I want you to care for me, should I act more like a cat? Either one works, I guess. For example, like when you call my name, I don't respond half the time. Nori made silly suggestions with such a serious expression that I couldn't help my fit of laughter. Why are you laughing? I'm being serious. I love his pouty face. You definitely are a dog, though, because you don't have pissy salad cat face like Boss Babe does. Your angry face is cute, but his face really looks like that white cat that's being presented with the salad. Spacey, I want you to like me. His sulking expression, combined with what he said, made my heart jump. Aw, look at him blushing and sad now. To me, he wasn't like a cat nor a dog. No, he's definitely a dog. To me, he was a person. My person. We watched the dog and children play for a while longer when Nori suddenly yawned. Why don't you tell him that, though? I said yawn. I'm sleepy after eating so much. Oh, are we going to get a CG? He yawned again and laid his head on my lap. Oh, we do, and he is precious. Ooh, look at our fingers intertwined. Oh, this feels good. I can smell all the greenery here. His long hair tickled my knees, and I shuddered. Nori chuckled at me. Sorry. Huh. No way. I'm not going to get up. It's too comfortable being on your lap. He fell silent as he stared up at me. I tilted my head, wondering why. Then he said something I didn't expect. You're beautiful, Spacey. His voice and gaze were reverent. I could see my reflection in his eyes. I really thought, she's like, something I didn't expect. I'm like, I'm expecting something romantic. So is he going to be like, you got a lot of hair in your nose or something weird? No, he said exactly what I was expecting, something romantic. Okay. You know, they had me going for a second, I swear to God. I thought he was going to ruin the moment. Instead, I did. You're welcome. With the sun shining through the trees, it's like you have a halo, Spacey. You're so beautiful that I want to look at you forever. I'm sold? Okay. This is how he gets in your house and how he stays. I know he only says this stuff to us, but you know in reality he'd be like, do you say this to everybody? I don't even give a shit. It works. He tempted me to respond in kind, to say something I might regret, so I turned away. But I couldn't bring myself to break the moment entirely. We just stayed there, our fingers interlaced, like they would say what went left unspoken. I can't read. They're ridiculously pretty. CG went away a little too fast, though, but that's okay. With the weekend over, I went back to the office, but things were terribly gloomy. Sound and Director Kobase both seemed particularly annoyed. Oh, Spacey! Hearing always say my name, Soundman and the director both looked over. Omasawa, can you come here for a minute? Oh, dear God, are we going to bring up some Nori drama again? I gulped, wondering if I had made some kind of terrible mistake. But that worry completely vanished when Saotome showed me what was on the conference room computer screen. What I saw displayed there was my idea that the sales team stole. This is a draft of the proposal from the sales department for the competition. Look familiar to you? Familiar? It was completely identical to my own proposal. And just so you know, I don't think you leaked it to them. No, they stole it! Can't believe them! They were going to send the Labradoodle. We got an angry Labradoodle, and then we got an adorable, sweet little Pupperdoodles. Like, send the angry Labradoodle. Send him. He gets feisty, and I like it. Stay calm, Saotome. Amasawa, do you remember ever losing any of your competition materials? I told him I always kept my drafts with me. I rarely even interacted with anyone from the sales department. I didn't even know that the people harassing Director Kobase were from sales until Saotome told me. I mused out loud on what happened then. Last week? Oh, when the sales department came over and insulted us? They came in to steal a proposal? What a bag of fucking dicks. Huh. You left your desk with the materials on your computer in full view? Don't they teach you to lock your fucking... Don't you have to take mandatory training about locking your computer when you walk away? Goddamn girl. You are the problem. Like, I don't. I work from home. I work alone. Nobody's here. The bird's with me, and he can't read anyway, so it's not like he's going to go down there and read. And even though I am teaching him, I'm trying to teach him how to type so that I can walk away from my desk and look busy, so he types and bounces on the keyboard. He can't actually type or mess up anything, because he's always with me. And he's not fat enough, and he has no interest in the computer. Okay? But when you were in an office, when you go to walk away, you lock your computer. They teach you this shit. They teach you this shit. You have to take the training every year. Every year. They drill it into your head. It takes 5 minutes to remember to do that. Like, you've been here long enough, girl. Girl. It's mostly just to keep, confidential information confidential and, whatever. But also, we used to, in one of my jobs and departments or whatever, you'd have people who, if you walked away from your desk and left it unlocked, they'd ping somebody else as you and be like, hey, what? And say something stupid. Not like douchey mean, but just something ridiculous. And you'd come back and you're like, I didn't ping you that. No, I left my computer unlocked. You know what I mean? Just goofy little pranks. Nothing that would get you in serious trouble, but it was one of those, make sure you lock your computer. You know what I mean? type of things or whatever. Or they'd send things like, if you walk away, I'm going to send everybody on the team thing saying that you're buying lunch next week. You know what I mean? Shit like that. Like, don't walk away. But, like, it's like, serious. Like, you're just supposed to do that. And this was just our proposals, but she walked away and left her shit open. And one of those douches probably took a photo because there's no way they could remember that. Oh, I bet it was when the copier was acting up and you went to look at it with me. I mean, you're not thinking anything of it when you're stepping away for 2 seconds like this, but still. Speaking of which, one of the junior staff was there too. The older guy seemed serious about winning the competition. Do you think his underling went ahead and acted on his own? It would have been entirely possible to steal a few peeks in Amasawa's computer to see the proposal. It's possible, but that's still nothing more than speculation. There's no proof, and they'll just say that it's baseless accusation. But Amasawa, you're not going to take this lying down, right? I'm going to go to them and punch them in the face. You know they're taunting us, sending us this email with just, this is our proposal. They're doing it out of spite. I know that. Damn. I didn't think they'd stoop this low. Now if I presented my proposal as it was, they could accuse me of stealing their idea. But we have documents and proof, and you could go back and show all the drafts of your proposal, time-stamped and everything like that. That would only make things worse for the Astarsi team. I sighed and begrudgingly conceded that I'd need a new idea. No, I'd be like, no, I'd go to the fucking comment and be like, they sent us this and they stole this. This is 100% mine. You can see and you can tell that they drafted it up after a certain point. You can tell document history. You could go back and like, nope, this is the way my proposal was on this date and time when they were in our fucking area. And probably took a photo off of my thing. And you know what? They're probably too stupid. They probably still have the photo on their motherfucking phone. Probably too stupid to delete the photo. And honestly, even if you deleted the photo, your cell phone company could probably get it back. Because sometimes those get automatically saved to the cloud and shit. So like, do you really want to? Fuck yeah, I really want to prove that these cunts are doing this. I will waste this kind of time. Because I got proof, I got documents upon documents, I got traceability to go back and show that I've been working on this for weeks. What do they have? The document they just magically drafted that looks exactly like mine? You really think I went back in time and doctored all this fucking shit? All the drafts and everything like that? Yeah, okay. You got drafts? You got... yeah, no, you don't. You just got defense over there, you fucker. You just get in defense mode. I'm not gonna do a whole new idea because of these cunts. I'm gonna push them out a window. This game pushes all my anger management buttons. The ones that I don't have. I don't have anger management at all. Like, it makes... I'm gonna start pushing bitches out windows. Like... New idea? No, this was originally yours. There's no reason to let them have it. You mean my fist? I'll let them have it. Kuma's right. You shouldn't back down. As Satame continued to rage, Director Kobase tried to calm him down. What's done is done, but the most important thing right now is to make it obvious that your proposal wasn't stolen. This draft of the proposal isn't exactly the same as yours. You could try and make it seem like a coincidence. Clarify the similarities and differences. Even if the method is the same, show the judges that the objective is different. No, I'd be like, oh my god, I cannot believe you stole my idea. And I'll be like, I have documents that prove that if they even say that, oh my god, she stole our idea. I'd be like, I have documents showing that I have been working on this for weeks. I have drafts. Do you? Because I'm gonna bet the first date of your documents is XYZ date. The date you were in our office and stole it off of my computer. So... he who smelt it dealt it, bitches. By doing so, even if the sales department accuses us of stealing their idea, you can firmly say that it's not true. And again, I would be like, I have proof that I've been working on this for weeks. This totally isn't fair, but that's probably the best course of action. I nodded and looked through the draft proposal from the sales department more thoroughly. They seemed to have picked a famous celebrity chef who often who was often on TV to supervise the menu. The current candidates for the actual cooking were the chef and one of the chef's apprentices. Catchphrases like professional cuisine at home and luxurious daily dinners were scattered throughout their design template. And see, ours is going to be different because we don't want luxurious daily dinners and professional cuisine at home. We want easy meals for people who aren't used to cooking. Quick, easy, healthy recipes. Bam, that's how ours is different. Ours appeals to way more people. Well, your direction, chef candidates, or something will have to change. Yes, if those points are the same, it's that much easier for them to claim plagiarism. Again, though, we have documented proof that we've been working on this longer. Computers didn't have timestamps and things. Like, we can prove that we didn't. We can prove that we didn't. They can't. So, accusations are baseless without fucking proof. This is what annoys me sometimes with things like this. It's like, well, they're going to say we stole, so we got to change our stuff. No, I've got documented proof that shows I've been working on this for weeks. Time, date stamped. Got files saved on my computer with the date stamps on them that show that this is the first draft I did 3 weeks ago. Where's their first draft? You can't backdate. You can say, oh, I dated it on my file. See? Yeah, but your save shows that you did it today. Not that it was ever done, and you can't trace it back. You can't open it and go back, oh, nope, it was first saved today. You might have put on the date on that Word document that it was from, March, but you saved it today and only today. You know what I mean? There's ways to trace this shit. It's not that hard. You have a tech, call Yofi. He can figure this fucking shit out. You don't need a professional hacker to figure this shit out. Come on. But they're just not using logic, which annoys me, but it annoys my logical brain. It shouldn't, but while both of them worried on my behalf, I had a fleeting confidence that everything would turn out all right. What? You look like you've got something in mind. See, mad salad, catface. I explained how the sales department seemed to be leaning into the luxury angle. On the other hand, the recipes I wanted to present were far more attainable. Easy and affordable. The kind of cooking that anyone can do with just a little bit of extra effort. That's a totally different approach from the sales department. Those guys are banking on the celebrity chef. Exactly. Additionally, not putting too much emphasis on the chef could be a good way to keep the costs down. However, Amasawa, are you trying to get Tainaka to do the cooking? I confirmed that was my intention, and Director Kobase's frown deepened. As a business, we have to thoroughly vet who we work with. First, we'll have to do a background check, and also, when you compare the two, it's easy to see which one will leave a better impression. I may not have done a full background check, but Nori recently shared his past with me. I knew about his successes and the fallout after the bullying he experienced. I didn't think it was much of an issue, but... You've got to talk to him about this. As he repeated himself, I felt like Director Kobase knew something that I didn't. Sorry to have taken up so much of your time right after you got to the office. I got hit with a wave of guilt. All this might have been caused by my carelessness. And as I looked at them now, I felt sorry for making South Demand Director Kobase go through this. And don't look so glum. Just focus on your presentation. If they criticize you, stand your ground. Yeah, passion can make all the difference in situations like these. So if you give this your all, everyone will be able to tell whose idea this really was. I took their words of encouragement to heart and began polishing up my competition proposal to outdo the sales department. This just all around sucks. That night, Owe asked me out for drinks. We went to tried and true Evergreen. I get there's no proof, but they just clearly crossed a line here. Seriously, they're the worst. There's not really proof, but we can kind of prove it, sort of. I mean, especially if they try to accuse us of copying them, we can prove that we had the documents and the idea way before they did. They could be like, oh, it's just a coincidence that we came up with something similar. What? Valid. Okay, if we accuse them of copying, they could be like, what, we just happened to come up with something similar. Just because we came up with it later doesn't mean we copied you. And that could fly. But if they try to claim we copied them, we definitely have proof that we've been working on this longer because she has documents that show timestamp. Like, I'm saying, like, that we have fucking proof that we did and that we've been working on this longer. They don't. We started at point B, they started at point E. Okay? Now, that's not going to say that, again, it's not going to prove they copied us, but they're not going to have a leg to stand on with the copy thing. Be like, really? If anything, you copied us then. Well, no, it was just a coincidence. Then shut your face. So, I mean, they're going to get away with it, but honestly, it's pathetic. It is. This is just a hunch, but I think a guy in sales who pushed out this proposal probably joined the company at the same time as me. I can't believe he'd take a peek at a junior staff's material and claim them as his own. But that's beside the point. Assuming they move forward with the proposal, what did Director Kobase say? I summarized what we talked about in the conference room this morning, and Oe's face fell. Tainaka's background. I think you glossed over some parts, but I'm pretty sure Director Kobase knows what's up. These days, I don't think people are going to care that much about some big celebrity chef, but there's always the chance the judges will point that out if they start talking about the candidates. From the company's perspective, I get why we can't just trust someone who hasn't been properly vetted. Director Kobase's right. You'll have to talk to Tainaka about it and hear what he has to say. I nodded and Oe glanced at my phone. Speaking of which, did you tell him you were coming out tonight? I had texted him about it earlier, but Oe made me realize I hadn't seen a reply. I opened my phone and saw a missed notification from him. Got it. Just then I received another message. If you're going to be late, do you mind if I take a bath first? I replied that I didn't mind and put away my phone. He's been living with you for about half a year now, right? So much has happened since then. We've been living with him for 6 months? Damn. So be honest with me. How do you feel about Tainaka? I fucking love him. Spacey, are you in love with him? Do you see him as a friend, or is it like you still care for him like a dog? I sighed as I thought back on my time with Nori up until now. I saw you had pin feathers, and you were letting me pet your neck, and there were so many of them, and I just thought I could do it. You were letting me get some of them before you got mad at me. I was very sorry. The months had passed by so quickly. The concerns I had in the beginning seemed so far away compared to all the good and fun things we'd done together. Like he's letting me scratch the back of his neck with my one finger, but I keep trying to weasel my way in to get my kind of thumb in there so I could kind of work out some of the pin feathers, and then he gets mad at me. Because they're really thick. This is a really thick pin feather, buddy. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to focus on the... I'm sorry! I know I got too hard. I'm very sorry, you just have so many. I grabbed you the other day and forced you to let me get them, but he, tensed all up. So, I couldn't get properly into his neck area. I know. I'm very sorry. You just have so many pin feathers. You have so many of them. I was trying to help you. Oh, now you're just really biting. It's being really nasty now. I'm very sorry. He's like, I don't trust you anymore. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. I just put my hand like this and you just snugs and it's okay. It's all right. It's okay, buddy. I'm sorry. Anyway. I think I read that. Anyway, concerns, good things. I never told Oe about it, but it also reminded me of the night Nori had that nightmare. Although the way we came together that night was a bitter memory, I found myself not regretting any of it. I had been so stressed at the time, I wasn't able to think or process much about what happened between us. But the truth was... Yeah, you love him! So she could tell just from my expression. She smiled gently. Are you going to tell him your feelings? From what I hear, it sounds like he cares about you, too. I mean, isn't he the one always being touchy-feely with you? If he doesn't have feelings for you after all this, tell me and I'll give him a piece of my mind. Oe clenched her hand into a fist, making me laugh. But even if I had told him my feelings, things weren't so simple that I could just expect a happy ending. Oh, we should talk for a while. Maybe we should call it a night. With a faint feeling of melancholy, I started heading home. Sorry, buddy. I'm sorry. I barely touched you. When I got home, Nori didn't welcome me at the door. I heard the shower running, sneak in with him. I put my things down and flopped on the sofa. Questions about Nori's past from earlier today filtered back into my mind. If he had received a prize like he told me, maybe there was more information about him online. So I typed out Nori's full name into a search engine and hit enter. He's going to see you doing this. The top search result showed an award ceremony for a cooking competition. Below that was an article introducing the chef of a high-end restaurant. I kept scrolling lazily until I had to double back to a certain title. Young genius chef Tainaka steals recipe. I jumped when I heard the bathroom door open and dropped my smartphone. What are you doing? You dropped your phone. Before I could stop him, Nori picked up my phone and saw what I'd been looking at. Miss... Perhaps it was because my proposal had just been stolen by the sales department. I was so angry I didn't know what came over me, but I demanded answers from Nori. Oh, see, this is probably wrong because I'm sure he didn't steal the recipe and it was, you know what I mean? I wanted him to explain what stolen recipes meant using his own words. It's true something like that happened. Oh. That was the main reason I quit the restaurant I was working at. I didn't want to cause problems for them. Miss Spacey, But I couldn't hear what Nori said. Though I had put on a brave face, I had just tasted the pain of having my efforts stolen from me. Ooh. It's like, oh, Nori, no! I wanted you to be wonderful and wholesome, if like a strange, flirty little vagabond. But, this is actually, like, I kind of like this little spice, because, like, especially after what happened, she's gonna, like, it's not a good thing that he did. You're like, wow, that was really fucked up. You know that, right? He's like, yeah, I know, but everybody does fucked up shit every once in a while. Everybody makes mistakes. And, like, stealing the recipes and everything, and then being like, yeah, I did steal the recipe, and, like, whatever. Like, yeah, that was a mistake type of a thing. Right? Like, you grow and you learn and you better yourself. That's the whole part of learning and growing, right? Doesn't mean he's a horrible human being. He just did a really shitty thing at one point. But in the light of what just happened to us, she's going to overreact about it. Understandably so. And like, this is a good little bit of drama. Okay. I couldn't calm down. The thought that he might have been guilty of doing the same thing to someone else was agonizing. Could I even trust Nori when he had kept that hidden from me? When he had claimed to have opened up to me about his past? So he kept something shady in. I mean, eventually it would come out, but... I spat out every thought that raced through me without a second thought, even as I saw his eyes watering. I'm making him cry, stop it! I get why we're mad, but... I'm sorry. Nori gathered his things, thrusting them into his bag, and walked out the door. And that was it. My mind went blank as I watched him leave. Oh, and then we chased him out. How long did I stare at the ghost? How long did I stare after the ghost of him? As I calmed my anger, a flood of memories threatened to overwhelm me. Every happy moment I shared with Nori, every laugh, every peaceful evening. But it's kind of sad because, like, he's so used to, like, we're angry and we're so mad, and instead of, like, okay, I'm gonna let you calm down, he just takes his stuff and goes as if he's getting kicked out. And it's like, that is an overreaction on his part. Like, I didn't say I'm kicking you out. She didn't say... get the fuck out of my house. You know what I mean? He chose to, like, take his stuff and go. Probably assuming that, like, okay, everyone's like, but that's just the way it's always been for him. Oh, as soon as something I just take my stuff and go. I'm just, you know what I mean? Like, so I want to be mad at him for that? Like, what the fuck? You just take your shit and leave just because I'm mad? I'll simmer the fuck down. Don't worry about it. But, like... he's used to that. He's used to, okay, it's now time to go. Someone's going to kick me out type of a thing. And also probably part of it being like, oh, he wants to be with us. He wants to stay. He really likes us. We're falling in love with each other. And now he feels like, oh God, you feel betrayed. I betrayed you. Okay, yep, I better leave because I fucked this up. Instead of like a normal relationship where you would just like, okay, just go in the other room or something, you know? Or, I mean, if you didn't live with someone, you might be like, I'll go home right now. But he doesn't have a home. His home is our couch! He loved cooking so much there was no way he would steal someone else's recipes. It didn't matter if my proposal was stolen. I said awful, horrible things to him again. I, of all people, should have been the one to trust Nori. Sometimes it felt like I only knew how to hurt him. I frantically opened Ring on my phone, hoping to start an apology with a message. But his smartphone buzzed on the table. The only way I had to contact him was now gone. I didn't know what to do. I didn't want to lose my chance to apologize and have us be lost to each other like this. I clutched the phone he had left behind and ran out of the house. Aww. I didn't think that much time had passed, but I couldn't find Nori anywhere. Not at the supermarket that stayed open late. Not at the station, even as empty as it was at this hour. No one even resembled Nori. I had gone out to look for Nori when he left back in spring, too. It's not safe for you to walk outside at night alone like this. I wasn't able to find him then either. It was Nori who had found me. No matter how much I wished for the same thing to happen, the residential area engulfed in silence refused to answer me. What the fuck, jackass? You know better. You know fucking better. If you need to go potties, I would have taken you. You just poop all over my fucking floor? You better not have pooped on my pants. I don't even know where it went, you little butt fuck. Jackass. You don't even know where it went, but I heard you make a poop squeak. You's a big fat jerk. You is a jerk. You're normally a way better bird than this. You's being a naughty asshole. Now I gotta try to figure out... Oh, there it is. Blended into my carpet. Disgusting. You's a big fat jerk. You know better. You's an asshole. You's a bad boy. You's a bad boy. You know better. If you need to go potties, I would have taken you. You know where your potty spot is. You stop being lazy fuck. You's lazy, lazy jerk. You's mean. You's bad. You's very bad. You's bad bird. You know better, asshole. You lucky I have tissues in my fucking pocket. It would have probably accidentally stepped on that and then we had poop feet. That's disgusting. You're a jerk. You is a big fat jerk. You's a bad bird. You's a bad boy. You know better. You know better. Jerk. We're in the middle of a very dramatic scene. I know it's not scary. It did not scare the poop out of you. You're full of shit. You are. You's a liar. You's a liar. Fucking asshole. You didn't get it on my pants, though, so it's not as mad at you, but you're still a jerk, and you're still a bad boy. You know betters. You know betters. You do. I know. He's like, that's for pulling out my pin feathers and making me scream. You're just a fucking dramatic brat. Yes, you are. You're very dramatic. Yeah. You're such a jackass. Anyway, no matter how much I wished for the same thing to happen, the residential area, engulfed in silence, refused to answer me. I held on to the faint possibility that he returned while I was out, but seeing the deserted hallway, I crumbled. With no phone, there was no way for me to get in contact with him. I only now realized just how fragile our connection was and how easily it could be severed. I cried through a sleepless night, unable to give up on a sliver of hope that he might come back. Yes, new spin-off episode. I hope it's about after he left and how he's feeling as we're searching for him. And he's at Evergreen. Did we stop to think there? What now? I honestly don't feel like finding another woman to stay with at this point. I wasn't paying attention to how far I walked since leaving Spacey's apartment. I was wandering aimlessly when someone called out to me. Tainaka? I turned around to face the familiar voice, and there was Usui, the manager of Evergreen. Mr. Manager, why are you... I saw you hobbling about from the window of my bar. I looked around me, just now seeing the familiar alleyway that housed Evergreen. What are you doing out here this late? Aren't you with Miss Amasawa? Mr. Manager, I don't know what to do. I didn't know if it was because he was an acquaintance or if it was because he said Spacey's name. I didn't know the exact reason why, but I let out a pitiful cry and clung to him. I mean, I'd like to let out a pitiful cry and cling to him too, but... Feel better? Yes, thank you. But I don't have any money. Don't worry about it. You're not a stranger here. I hung my head after drinking the warm tea the manager served at the bar counter. So, did you have a fight with Miss Amasawa? I didn't think I can... I don't think I can even call it a fight. I was too afraid to talk to her and ran out. I'm always like this. I look away from what's important and run away whenever something happens. I wish I could stop being like this. I thought I was getting better, but... The manager quietly spoke to me. My head still hung low. I don't think running away is all that bad. Huh? Yeah, huh? For example, if you can't remain calm or aren't ready to face something yet, it's fine to step away in those situations. And just giving yourself some time apart may save you and the people around you from getting hurt. Okay, you know what? Valid. We can't have this conversation. I am stepping away before I punch you in the face. Yeah, probably better than going to jail for assault. Good idea. With this space, now you can ask yourself, do you go back? Do you try to work things out? Or do you keep running? And that's the way I see it, at least. The manager's words struck at my fraying heart. Would Spacey let me talk to her even though I ran away again? Would I even be able to say anything? No. I'm still so scared to face her right now. It was like the manager read my mind as I sat there silently, miserably. He continued on in his gentle tone. It seems like you still need a little more time. If you don't have anywhere to go, you're free to stay here. It's not much, but it's better than the street. Thank you, Mr. Manager. I bowed to the manager and was about to accept his generous offer when... Is this Kobase? Because it's like a purple color like him. Mind if I join in on this conversation? I shot up straight, my eyes widening as I saw who walked through the door, because it's pink. But it's not Saltame, because he's like dark red. Is Boss Babe gonna get us our pupperdoodles back? Ugh. My harem boys are so good at bringing each other back together and defending each other and shit. Just saying. Like, again, normally not into the labradoodles, but Saltame wins awards for being there and being ready to, like, go to bat and bite people's ankles for me. I'm, like, here for that kind of energy. And Boss Babe always has our back and is just hot. And is a little insane. And I'm here for his crazy, okay? And I kind of do like Nori. He's, like, he's a little pathetic. Like, and he's a little sad. He's a little sad. And he just gets sad face, and, like, sometimes I like it when they cry, okay? Like, I didn't say... No, we all know I'm unhinged. I don't even think there's any hinges. The hinges do not even live in this building, okay? They don't even go here. All right? I can't even... I mean, I'm... Whatever is beyond unhinged. Because that implies that there are hinges that came undone, and I don't think the hinges... They've rotted away. They are non-existent. They are a distant memory, okay? They ain't nothing to hinge anything on anymore. So, you know. And then, like, Liquor Daddy is way too old for us, I'm sure, and it's probably weird, like, because you know I don't like age gap things, but, like, I don't care. I don't care. Liquor Daddy's kind of sexy, so fine. I'm okay with it this time. Like, at least we're in our 20s. You know, as opposed to all the other games where it's like, I'm 45 and you're playing a character who's like just turned 18 yesterday and you're like, ew. No. That's gross, you know? But anyway, morning arrived without a single sign of him. My head ached from the lack of sleep, but I pulled myself together, got dressed, and left my empty apartment. I'm going to assume, I'm assuming just because, again, the color was like that burgundy color. So it was probably Kobase. But also, he knows what happened. So he's going to step in and be like, here's what happened at work yesterday. And probably why she was pissed. Because you remember we just said earlier before we went home, like, Kobase seems to understand more than I do. Yeah, he probably looked up Nori and then saw that. You know what I mean? He Googled him. We never have. So he might have seen that and been like, you should probably talk to him about this and like whatever. Um, Probably not realizing that I was going to see that and then be like, "Ah!" Because to be fair, if Nori had told us, oh, there was a scandal where blah, 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 like maybe he didn't really steal the recipes. He was accused of it and then just didn't want to cause trouble because he's a little bit of a sad sack, you know what I mean? With all the abuse and shit he's suffered at the hands of other people. He just like, I'm not even gonna try to fight it. I'm just gonna take the heat and go. Kind of like Kobase went to jail for his friend. You know what I mean? Nori's more like, I guess I'll just get blamed because I'm sad and slightly pathetic. You know, I guess pathetic isn't the right word, but you know what I mean? He's just a little sad. He's just a little sad and gloomy, you know? And he's just like, I'll take these people keep slinging abuse at me and everybody hates me because I'm so good. And and it's not that like they just hate me because I'm awesome. Not that stuck up attitude kind of shit that some dudes have and you're like, no, they hate you because you suck. He's like, people are mean to me and he just doesn't understand why. And it's like, it's because they're jealous, sweetie. So somebody probably accused him of stealing their recipes. And he didn't actually do it, but he just took the blame for it because, again, I don't want to cause the restaurant trouble after everything they did for me because he's just like, just a little sad. Okay? You know what I mean? I don't know. Anyway. The usual kind voice that used to see me off was gone, making me feel terribly lonely. So instead of explain that, he just like freaked out and left. But again, everybody kind of abuses him and in a way abandons him if you think about it. Like he just wants people to understand him. He just wants to like do his culinary shit and there's always people trying to drag him down. And so he doesn't make deeper connections with people. So he's bouncing around house to house, whatever. He has shallow connections, doesn't let anyone in. He let us in. We got angry and then he's like, it's time to leave. Like he's always running away because it's just what he's always known, you know? So it is hard to change yourself, so. I'd been so motivated yesterday, but now I could barely muster the energy to look at my computer. Doing this project without him seemed impossible. Pointless. I could only wonder where he was and what he was doing. Aw. We're a little sad now. That's cute. Speezy, good morning. You're here early. Hold on. What happened? I didn't understand why Oe looked so tense upon seeing me. She suddenly took my arm. She's like, girl, you look like you've been crying all night and you haven't slept. And you're like, oh, that's about it. Have you seen yourself? You don't look so great. Ouch. I was trying something new with my makeup. You don't have to be a bitch about it. I'm just kidding. Come with me. Sometimes people just need to be sad. You don't need to call it out, Oe. Jesus. Let people have emotions. There were only a few people in the break room before work began, and it was completely silent. I don't know why dragging me into the break room just made me sit here and go, I want a cup of coffee right now. Like, I already had my morning coffee, but like, man, do I want another one for some fucking reason. Why? Something happened, right? That simple question broke the dam I had built up over the night, and all my emotions from yesterday came pouring out. Hinaka took recipes? Could that be why Director Kobase was hesitant to involve him? As a business, we have to thoroughly vet who we work with. Actually, you know what? I didn't realize the irony of that statement the first time until just now. The first time he said that we have to properly vet who we work with. We don't want people stealing recipes. Okay, jailbird. Maybe don't be so judgy in your glass house over there. You know what? It's actually kind of funny coming from him now. To be fair, look, it's not like I forgot he went to jail, but Well, it was juvie, but still, okay. I didn't forget it, but it wasn't my main focus when we were on this sentence and he said it the first time, and now it's just because I spit it out 2 minutes ago. Like, oh, and then all of a sudden I'm like, wait a minute. We have to be careful who we work with. I'm just saying. It's a really nice glass house you got here. Maybe just simmer it down. Don't wind up so hard when you're about to toss those rocks. And first, we'll do a background check. And also, again, the president has done a background check on you and knows and probably was like, yeah, I don't think you did it. Which is true. When you compare the two, it's easy to see which one will leave a better impression. And you've got to talk to him about this. It was just as he insinuated then. Director Kobase must have done some digging and found that same article. So what are you gonna do? Find a new cook? You're like, I'm just gonna give the fuck up. I shook my head. After all the time we spent together, I wanted to and needed to believe in him. Jesus. Till I knew the truth for sure, I had no intention of reaching out to another chef. Then I'll help you look for Tanaka. Find him, apologize, and hear what he has to say. I patted my back to comfort me, and tears welled up in my eyes. I left the office the second the workday ended. I was determined to go to every single place he might be. First, I searched places that were nearest to the office. I'm surprised she's never checked Evergreen, because she knows he's been there at least once. With so many office workers heading home, someone dressed like him was bound to stand out. I think I literally just said heading home instead of heading home. That was fun. But I didn't see anyone who looked even remotely similar. Sighing, I racked my brain for anywhere else around here he might go. That's when Evergreen came to mind. The place we first met. Okay, she got there eventually. We had to give him a couple days to chill out. Welcome. Usui let me take a seat at the counter. It's rare to see you here alone. What can I get you? I want my boyfriend back, goddammit! Very well. Please give me a moment. You're like, is Tanaka here? He's like, just a second. The manager deftly prepared my cocktail with such finesse, I forgot myself for a moment as I watched in awe. Oh, she's already getting horny for this man. Girl, do it. It's totally fine. When do we get to do his route? Is he next? I was just curious. Oh, my guide is my thing. I don't have the order. Oh, no, he's last. Oh, okay. You know what? I don't mind that. It better be the best route, is all I'm saying. But we're saving a good one for last, so I'm okay with it. All right. We gotta do secret route number 2, i.e. Higa. We know it's fucking him. He's color-coded, for God's sakes. Anyway. Thank you for waiting. I sipped the drink and looked around, but I didn't see anyone who looked like him. Is something wrong? Our eyes met as I opened my mouth to ask, "Excuse me!" Yes, what can I get you? With terrible timing, another customer called out to the manager. I stood up to get a better look at the others in the bar. There were a few people enjoying their drinks at the counter, a few others sitting at tables chatting up a storm. Everyone seemed to have such satisfied looks on their faces. This was where we met, where I let him into my life. But now Nori was gone. Are you all right? I had slumped back into my seat, mindlessly swirling my drink, when the manager came back over, looking worried. I finally asked him if he knew where Nori was. Then... Tanaka. He isn't here, but I do know where he is. Did Boss Babe take him in? Because Boss Babe showed up. I cried out and stood up at his unexpected answer. I grabbed the man over the bar. Where the fuck is he? The other customers stared at me, and I quickly sat back down, cheeks flushing red. I'm sorry to surprise you like that. It's funny you're like, where is he? And he's like, it's good to know how much you care about him. But next time, don't grab my shirt like that. Last night, I found Tanaka in front of the bar. I offered to take him in, but there happened to be an even better person at the time. Oh my god, Boss Babe took him in. All right, let the shenanigans ensue. Oh, we are not going to be at. We might not get there, so that's good. You might have an entire day to just fantasize about all the shit they're getting up to behind my back. I'm okay with it. Someone you know very well, Miss Amasawa. Someone that I knew that was a better person to take care of Nori than the manager? I couldn't think of who it could be, and the manager secretively smiled. Oh, he's here. When I turned to the entrance, desperate and exhausted, my jaw dropped. Like, of course, who's better to take care of pupperdoodles than Boss Babe? Surprised? I figure you would be. Director Kamase entered Evergreen and gestured to the door with a nod of his head. How the hell did he know we were going to be here? Wait a minute. But it's so funny, like, we come here and then Shuya's like, oh, he's with someone else, a better person than me to take care of him. And it's like this whole mysterious, like, secret society shit going on. I'm like, what is happening right now? I mean, it's just like, yes, okay, Kabase showed up and then is like and he's gonna stay with Kabase because he's got an extra room, whatever. Okay, fine. But like, it's this moment of like Liquor Daddy being like, oh, I know where he is. Someone really responsible has him. And then like freaking Kabase just like walks in the door like, come with me. It's like, what the This setup is so fucking. Was he just waiting? Did freaking Liquor Daddy go call him and he's like, no, she's here, you should come in, we'll do the entrance thing. Okay. This is so fucking absurd and ridiculous. I love it. And he's like, surprised to see me. You're like, yes, just right after I asked him. And then he said Nori was with someone. And then you walk in and you're like, follow me. We'll talk later. Like, kind of James Bond shit is happening right now. So fucking ridiculous. I love it. And we'll talk later. First, follow me. I paid my tab and followed after Director Kobase. Nori's currently staying at my place. I wanted to tell you at the office, but he told me to keep quiet about it. In other words, Nori didn't want to see me. I felt dejected, but Director Kobase soon cheered me up. And don't look so down. He didn't say that he didn't want to see you. Nori figured that if you knew where he was, you'd feel responsible and go see him. I know that's how you are. Also, Nori has rather poor self-esteem. Yeah, no, we noticed. He was saying things like it didn't matter if nobody ever found him. He's so sad. And that's why I didn't want to say anything to you until you decided to come find him yourself. And this way he'll know that you came to see him of your own volition, Amasawa. All I ever wanted was to heal his self-esteem from his cooking trauma, but now I had worsened it. Director Kobase continued before I could follow those dark thoughts further. Also, you should know he told me he isn't actually your second cousin. And the reason why he left your place and what caused those events in his past. So he's told you more than he's told me! He's not my second cousin? What? You're like, okay. My heart skipped a beat. The director had found out our lie. Don't worry. That's all I heard from him. He didn't tell me about the time you had sex on the couch. Don't worry about it. What? Like, how do you know about that? Well, it was when we had sex on my couch, and then I was just, and you're like, I'm okay with it. Listen, what happens in the man harem stays in the man harem, and the boys can get busy with, I don't care if they make out with each other. It's fine. Whatever. I only had him come with me because he said he had nowhere else to go. I do owe him one, after all. Also, you're just, for a hooligan, air quotes around that because we know it's bullshit, you're kind of a big fat fucking softy. But there's a limit to what I'm willing to do. That's a lie. I know you and Nori had some freaky times while he stayed with you. The car came to a stop, and I saw that we arrived at Director Kobase's home. Now the threesome begins! This one's like just pushing me right into my little fantasy zone. I love it. Now, you two need to talk things out. You're not a kid anymore. You know how to express your feelings, right? It felt like I was being scolded, but he was right. I had caused so much trouble and worry for many people, but managed to come this far. All that was left was to express my sincere feelings to Nori. I know how to express my feelings. That's a euphemism for we're gonna get freaky with each other in a three-way, right? Have fun imagining that. We're gonna wrap this part up here and then we'll have our little conversation with Nori. But listen, we had a beautiful opening and then our pupperdoodles ran away and then it's okay, we found him at Boss Babe's house. Boss Babe found our lost pupperdoodles. At least the Labradoodle never gets lost. He knows where home is, okay? But Pupperdoodles is a little scatterbrained, so we got to get him chipped and get a bell or something on him. But anyway, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.